If you ask most ATLiens about the Atlanta streetcar, well, you might get an eye roll. But the streetcar, it's actually really useful for tourists, visitors, and Atlantans without a car. Hi, I'm Ariel. I'm with Unexpected Atlanta. We're the city's #1 rated tour guides, including me. That means we know our city in and out. And today we're going to give you the inside scoop on how to make the most of the Atlanta streetcar. That is, if you're a visitor or a tourist, all without a car. All right, first up, why locals hate the streetcar. All right, let's get the obvious out of the way. Some locals, they hate the streetcar. And I get it. It has been criticized since it opens. It has a short route, lower than expected ridership. The vehicles, they regularly get stuck in traffic, and the trip time is sometimes no faster than walking the whole route. One transport expert literally said that they did walk the entire route faster than the streetcar could go. But the reason we're making a video telling you to ride it is because it's also super useful for visitors and tourists trying to see Atlanta without a car. And if you know how it works before you show up, you can use it to your advantage. So let's get into it. All right, what is it? Where does it go? First, the basics. The Atlanta streetcar runs a 2.7-mile loop through downtown with 12 stops connecting the Centennial Olympic Park area in the west to the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Site in the east. It moves counterclockwise and it runs about every 15 minutes. Now here's why that matters. For you as a visitor, look at what's along those 12 stops. All right, first up, you have Peachtree Center Station. This is your connection to MARTA's heavy rail. This is where you get on and off if you're coming from the airport or from Midtown. It's also walking distance to the bulk of the hotels in Atlanta. Stop 3, that's Centennial Olympic Park. You're right in the heart of downtown with the top attractions, including the Georgia Aquarium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Georgia World Congress Center, the College Football Hall of Fame, the World of Coca-Cola, and the Center for Civil and Human Rights, as well as a great park. All right, stop 4, that's Lucky at Cone. This is actually our front door at Unexpected Atlanta Tours, so you can head on over to the Tabernacle if you don't want to see us, too. All right, stop 7 is Sweet Auburn Market, one of Atlanta's most beloved food markets. Wander around, grab something to eat, and make sure you get the cookie. I mean, any cookie is good at any stop. Just get a cookie. Stop 9, that's King Historic District. This is Ebenezer Baptist Church, the MLK Jr. birth home, and the National Historic Site. It's one of the most important places in American history, and the streetcar drops you off right there. So this is genuinely an impressive list of attractions for a 2.7-mile loop. If you're trying to hit those spots all in one day without renting a car or Ubering between each one, the streetcar, it makes a lot of sense. Plus, you don't need to worry about parking, which can be expensive in downtown Atlanta. So how do you actually ride it? Okay, how do you use it? Here's what you need to know before you show up. Paying your fare is simple. You can buy your fare at a Breeze vending machine at any streetcar stop using a credit or debit card, or you can pay with exact cash directly to the operator on board. The fare is reasonable. A one-way trip is only $1. A one-day pass is $3. So especially if you're bouncing between stops all afternoon, it's pretty cost-effective. One important heads up, there are no free transfers between the streetcar and MARTA bus or rail. Those are separate fares. So do factor that in if you're combining the two. Boarding. After you buy your ticket at the platform machine, you'll get a receipt. Make sure you hold on to it because you'll need the receipt when you board. Watch for the streetcar to pull up, all the doors are going to open, and you just step right on. The vehicles have low floors, so wheelchairs, strollers, and bikes board easily. Okay, now manage your expectations. You know, we want to be real for a second because we're local guides. We're going to give you the real deal. Honestly, the streetcar, it is slow. It has an average travel speed of about 5 miles an hour. Now, the average walking speed is about 2.5 to 4 miles an hour, so on a nice day, you might get there faster on foot. It does run in regular traffic. That means there's congestion, or if someone parks on the tracks, you are going to be waiting. That is what it is. Would love to see it extended. You know, the original vision was always to connect the streetcar to the Beltline, which would make it dramatically more useful, but that expansion is still caught up in planning and political debate. It Hasn't happened yet. Maybe someday. But here's our honest take. None of that really matters for a tourist on a 1 or 2 day visit. You're not commuting, you're sightseeing. And the streetcar, it hits the right stops. It runs often enough to be useful, and it costs almost nothing. Especially if you have young kids, there's nothing more fun than hopping between spots in a day, letting them enjoy the meandering ride and the heavenly air conditioning on a hot day. So, we call that a win. Now, how to use it like a pro. Here's how we'd actually use the streetcar on a day of exploring downtown Atlanta. Start at Peachtree Center Station. That's stop 1. If you're coming in on MARTA from the airport or Midtown or from your downtown hotel, that gets you oriented in downtown immediately. Ride it to Centennial Olympic Park, that's stop 3, and spend your morning walking through Centennial Olympic Park. Enjoy the gorgeous art in the world-class space. We recommend saving the National Center for Civil and Human Rights and the Georgia Aquarium. They need their own full day. There's just so much to see at both those museums. But the Coca-Cola Museum, that's a pretty quick 1-hour excursion, and it's right next to the park. Now jump back on. You want to ride to Lucky at Cone, that's stop 4, for our Southern Essentials class, where you'll learn how to make biscuits, pimento cheese, and sweet tea. Just 90 minutes, so perfect for a light lunch. If you do need something heavier, or you just want to explore a market, head over to the Sweet Auburn Market, that's stop 7. Hop off, grab something to eat, and catch the next car. Then ride all the way to King Historic District, that's stop 9, for the afternoon. Give yourself at least a couple hours there. It really does deserve it. Well, that's a full, rich day of Atlanta history, culture, and food, all without a car, without parking stress, and all for about $3 in streetcar fees. So yes, the Atlanta Streetcar, it has a complicated reputation, and some of that reputation is earned. But for visitors trying to experience the best of downtown Atlanta without a car, it works. Know what you're getting into, plan your stops, use it for what it's good at. Now, if this helped, hit that subscribe. We're out here every few weeks trying to give you the real Atlanta. And if you want someone who actually walk you through the city, check out our tours. We're at unexpectedatlanta.com, and our headquarters are at 121 Lucky Street, right on the streetcar line. Stop 4.